Oh yeah, wrongin'. This video, I'm going to read out some of your Holly Willoughby comments, and they're brutal. But first, I'm going to talk about the ITV relationship at work policy. Now, we all know that dancing goes on at work. We all know the Schofield story, unwise but not illegal. But we've all been at work, we've all had the nudge, nudge, wink, wink, here, so-and-so's, you know. We've all heard of that. But how do you define relationships, friendships and stuff at work? And at what level? So let me give you the detail of ITV's personal relationship at work policy. I'm not laughing, honest, I'm not laughing. But wait till I get to Holly Willoughby's comments. So first, ITV, I'm going to give you the background and the context before we get to the comments, because it really, really, really does impact what you've said on some of the videos that I've already made. ITV has introduced a personal relationship at work policy. It requires staff to declare all relationships with colleagues, including friendships. The new policy was distributed to staff this month, that's October, and states that they must inform the company of any relationships with colleagues, including a person living in the same household, that'll be lodger, well, you know what they say about lodgers, and anyone involved in a sexual, romantic or close relationship or friendship, whether short or long term. Oh, he's just a friend. She's just a friend. Really? Can you define friend with benefits, please? Follows, Schofields' resignation earlier this year over an affair with a colleague. So the This Morning presenter, Philip Schofield, left ITV after admitting he lied to bosses about the unwise but not illegal affair. Playtime Thursdays, anyone? According to the Sunday Times, the policy states that anyone who breaches rules around declaring relationships could face disciplinary action or dismissal. You said he was a friend. Well, he is. Oh, really? With benefits? So, the policy states, if a personal relationship exists between you and another colleague, so say it was me and you, we were just mates, we'd had a few beers, we'd known each other for a long time, and we were colleagues, whether it started prior to or during the course of your employment or engagement with ITV, both parties must disclose this to the company at the earliest opportunity. So, like in radio, I've known people decades. So if I join ITV and they join ITV in whatever guise, I would have to say, we're friends. You told me you didn't have any friends, Adrian. I do, just the one. Imaginary, but just the one. Relationships with freelancers, consultants, contractors, apprentices, agency staff, volunteers and people on work experience fall within the scope of the policy. That's like everybody. Staff were quoted describing the policy as a step too far. They're upset. An ITV spokesperson said, ITV has had in place a policy on relationships at work since October 2022. Hang on, it's 2023 when Schofield walked. So there was a policy in place whilst Philip Schofield was dancing with his peccadillo. Peccadillo, you're wrong. But that had no effect. It was unwise, but not illegal. It had no effect. ITV say, like all of our people policies, we keep them under review and update them periodically. The relationships at work policy was most recently reviewed and updated in October 2023. Oh, I bet it was. Because a year ago, when the policy was in place and Schofield was dancing with a colleague, or was he? The new workplace relationship policy has brought accusations that, you see, the people that it's going to affect have said, whoa, it's a bit far, man. What are you doing that for? Bit overzealous, do you not think? And the bosses will have gone, well, like a lump it, mate. Either adhere to it or you're gone. And if you don't adhere to it and you do start dancing with somebody that you shouldn't be dancing with, then you're gone anyway. ITV said, it's sensible for organisations to have a code of conduct on workplace relationships and to encourage employees to disclose romantic relationships. What about PDAs? Public displays of affection. Can you hold hands? They're saying while this information could help avoid favouritism and ensure all team members are treated equally and fairly, there's the danger that staff could feel that scrutiny is crossing a line into their private lives. I mean, what would you do? Somebody said it's fraught with problems of definition, but also a strong element of intrusion. So, I mean, say I've kind of danced with somebody and I don't dance with them now. Do I then have to go to the bosses and go, well, you know? I mean, imagine Russell Brand, he'd be there for years trotting out, well, it was according to the Sun, Shagger of the Year. It would take the bosses years. When does a personal relationship start? Is it sort of first time you kiss? Is it holding hands, PDAs, like I say? Is it going to the pub after work? Oh, he's just a mate. He's a drinking buddy. I mean, there's pictures of Schofield in the pub with guys. Would he just turn around and say, oh, well, he wanted some advice? No, because they both denied it. They were both asked, are you dancing? And they both said, no, just mates, just colleagues. But you've been seen in a pub, Schofield, right? It's not unwise. Not illegal either. Then the relationship comes out and goes, oh, all right, it's a bit unwise. I mean, what if they visit a pub and they're in a group of more than two people? Because you know what human beings are like. They'll get round this. Oh, they'll definitely get round this. What if they're all friends in the group and somebody's got a personal relationship going on? Then one has to consider when the relationship ends. Because we've had the start. Is it a kiss? Is it holding hands? Is it, flirting? Is it... I mean, I could be flirting with you and the boss goes to me, Adrian, I think you're overstepping the mark. Like, how? Well, somebody says they thought that you were flirting with somebody. No. I mean, what on earth? So, where does the relationship end? Is it when the kissing stops? Or are they just friends afterwards? Or merely colleagues? PDAs, as I say. What if one person reports a different level of relationship to the other? You know what it's like. Sometimes a person likes someone and wants it to go further. And the other person's like, no, we're just mates. I mean, can I say this? There was a situation that I was in that somebody wanted to do the dance with me. And then that person started dancing with somebody else. And we laughed. We all laughed. Because we said, so what's going on then? Oh, we're just friends. The screams we heard coming from their tent at night. Just friends. So what does just friends involve? So ITV have got, it's box ticking to the nth degree. So human beings will get round it. If they want to, they'll get round it. But at least they can say, ITV can now say, look, we've got a policy in place. If you breach it, you're gone. And people won't breach it. They'll just deny it. They'll just come up with a story. They'll just go, we're friends. We go to the pub with everybody else. We're just friends. We're colleagues. We're not. No, I didn't bend him over the sofa. So your comments. Let's look at... So there's Schofield. Unwise, but not illegal. Now, here are your comments about Holly. And they're brutal. Lammy10 says... Who cares? Tracy Fellows. Don't care what you say, Adrian. I like Holly. Good on you, Tracy. Bill Sawyers. Hi, Adrian. Just subscribe to your channel. Excellent and informative video. Well done. Oh, you're too kind, Bill. Graham Smith. If there's one thing I am sick to the back teeth of in my 48 years, it's thoroughly obnoxious, self-serving, grasping and shady people being presented as Good guys. We've had Huey Green. Oh, remember Huey. Frank Buff. Do you want me to tell you Frank Buff? Uncle Frank. On your knees, Frank. Michael Barrymore, Jimmy Savile, Rolf Harris, to name a few, and now Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby. It's time the TV execs did their research and stopped taking the public for mugs. Thank you, Graham. Margaret Waller. Please, ITV, don't have her on Dancing on Ice. I couldn't bear it. Terry Wookfit. Nah, Holly isn't going to burn any bridges, Adrian. Sources close to Holly and her PR team. Good way to end up in a prime time slot is to force ITV to make an offer she really can't refuse by making it look as if a rival TV station is headhunting her. Thank you, Terry. Freddie M. Surely the BBC could find somebody cheaper, more beautiful, with talent and not so manipulative. Freddie, brutal, mate. Brutal. Henrietta Goldsmith. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Thank you, Henrietta. Dr. Moorhen. But in the light of world events, who really cares about Holly Willoughby? Holly? Suzanne Cotton. Oh, she's involved with dodgy friends. Knows, and they know what goes on. We all do, Suzanne. I mean, it's as plain as the nose on mine and your face. Stella M. Her Wild Moon business is in the red. I thought about this, and I thought, if you run a company in debt, you make more money than you do a company in profit. Sort of. Lynn Story, 80-20. In my view, Willoughby is devoid of charisma and personality. I can't stand her as a presenter and she can't pull anything together. Talentless, false. Lynn. But your view. Nighty night, she pretends to be pure and innocent. Fag Ash Lil. Have you seen the pictures that I've posted of her? Nobody knew that she smoked. Nobody. Good PR. Diane Silver. I thought the story of the BBC offering Holly a big deal was a PR measure on her part. Why would they want ITV's problem? Good point, Diane. Tracy Fellows. Don't care what you say. I've told you before, Adrian. I like Holly. Thank you, Tracy. Deja vu. Groundhog Day. Louise Anderson. Now we get over that. Now we've got that over with. Yawn. Have you got anything interesting to report? Yeah. Thank you, Louise. Good to know you've got Cowboys and Angels on your George Michael playlist on your channel. Patrick, oy vey. Wasn't that one of Belfield's favourites? Yeah, might have been. I've been using it on the radio for 40 years. Oy vey, my life. So soon already. Told you. Boy hasn't got an original idea in his head. Jesus is king. I thought he played centre forward for Man City. Do a basic financial count from the amount of homes, give or take, in Britain. The amount each would have to pay for a TV licence, which I think is 140. No, we looked the other day, it's 155. According to our records. Equals many millions. Council tax from every building occupied in the UK, with many people paying anything from 300 quid up to over £1,000 a year. Blimey. Jesus, how much are you paying for your council tax? 300 quid a year. I wish. It's nearly that a month. Geez, this huge revenue, and it's only the second of many, many taxes, licence fees, etc. No way should Britain be skint. We're not. I mean, there's schoolboy Sunak. He's just given 20 million to Gaza, or somebody in the Middle East. 20 million. I mean, can you imagine if Rich Boy Sunak said to me and you, here, here's 10 million apiece. Would we stay in this country? Andy Turner. I think the report will be watered down. This is this Barrister inquiry into the shenanigans at ITV. That's why they've come out with this policy, because they know what the Barrister is going to say, and they'll turn around and say, oh, we've put this policy in place. So that'll nullify anything bad that's going to come out. And they'll have a steer, they'll have a nudge, they'll know what's going to come out. They will. So they'll say, deniability in everything. All the higher-ups, the money people, the power people, they always have to have deniability. If they've got deniability, they can get away with anything. So now we've got a policy in place and we've updated it, so everybody has to disclose whether they're, Tracy from the typing pool. Thank you, Jesus. Andy Turner continues, I think they're both bad news. Cheers, Andy. David Stevenson, 600 to 700k for presenting daytime TV. What were ITV thinking? They're going to make millions more. Sophie Ryan, huge salary, high tax bracket, government get to make more than half. One way to explain money going 40%. It's 40%, and then you get to over 120, 125, and then the tax goes up again. Unless, of course, you're a non-dom. Ask schoolboy Sunak. His missus, non-dom, both got a house in California. Is he paying his taxes in this country? Robin Deans, is it true Holly is only 42 years old? Someone said that the other day, and I said, no way is she 42. More like 55. 45 today. I'm joking. Stuart, hi Adrian, thanks for the video. Really enjoy the updates like this and hearing your thoughts on other topics. Really enjoyable to watch. As for Phil and Holly being back in contact, it was only a matter of time, Adrian, before he contacted her, obviously. Phil got a shock when he saw the story of a woman he called sister he never had in the paper, of course. He was gonna check in. We all remember how close they were. I'm not sure they'll ever have that bond again, but it's obvious they never stopped caring about each other. Interesting take, Stuart. PE. That's not physical education, although the story, Holly Willoughby was a bland sidekick that doesn't offend anybody. That's the limit of her abilities. Of course, behind the scenes, she's something else. Annette Hugh Jones, Adrian, I didn't know she smokes. Not a good PR for Miss Goody Two-Shoes. There's a couple of them, as in pictures of her smoking. Mary says exactly the same. I didn't know she smoked. There you go. Every day's a school day. Albert Metcalf says, Holly who? Albert, brutal. I was going to do a knock-knock. Gillian Rees, thank you. What for, Gillian? What have I done now? Just don't tell me, parents. Truth hurts. Even more reason to not repay my licence fee. That was the rumour that Holly and Schofield may be going to the BBC. Gary in Leeds says, Adrian, please tell me the name of the plant in the background. I have the same 3-stem plant with only 1 layer of leaves. Yucca. It's a yucca. I think this is, it's about 12-year-old now. I wouldn't say that I've got green fingers, but I haven't killed it yet. And it's been through some tough times. I once had it on a window ledge in one of my houses. And, God, it was sweating. I mean, it had a really hot summer. And I kept looking at it thinking, what's that moisture on the leaves? It was sweating profusely. But it's still here. It's getting away with it. Janet Beaufont, honey pot. Oh, come on, Janet. Explain that. What? Holly is the honey pot? ITV's the honey pot? Or the BBC transferring? I mean, do they get transfer fees like in the Premiership? Like Phil and Holly, they're going to the BBC, so the BBC have to pay fees to ITV for taking them to the BBC. Powacket Trixie Bell, Adrian, I'm not bothered where she goes. I won't be watching her. Powacket. Darren Leeson, you're obsessed with Holly Willoughby. Sad. I'm not writing these. I'm reading them. Darren. Caring, understanding 90s type. The ramblings of a madman. Thou might be right. Sorry, thou might be reet. Yeah, wrongin'. Do you know the ramblings of a madman? When I saw that in sort of online, it offered to translate for me. It couldn't work out what language it was. So they worked out, oh, it must be a foreign language. No, it's Yorkshire. But YouTube was trying to translate it for me. In fact, I should have let it translate it to see what it come up with, see which language I thought it was. But that was funny, proper funny. Thou meat be reet, yeah, wrongin'. Theo Bovril, it's all in the report. Her future is in the hands of the investigators. Will her value to TV drop to 0? G. Kells, let's slap it on the table here. Talented boy, G. Kells. Holly was brought in as eye candy when she first appeared on the screen, and that was a good few years ago now. She's never proved herself to be personality of the year since then. She's a side act and nothing more. Side act, side hustle. Jeannie Melinda. Bit boring, this one. You could have said all that in a few minutes. Well, you're going to hate this one, Jeannie. Leeds. ITV should scrap this morning and get Piers back on GMB from 8 till 10. Not a bad shout, to be fair. The Jacobite. I have a big newspaper archive that takes a whole children's bookcase. How big is yours, Adrian? About 9.5 inches, the Jacobite. Oh, my newspaper archive. A little cold chill. Yeah, video won't play for me. Maybe it's already been taken down. No, look, some people, when I put the videos up, it kind of goes up as a... and then has to convert to HD. When it's converting to HD, it might not work for you. So, like, people are getting the alert or see it and go, oh, I'll watch that. Brilliant. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But you've got to wait until the HD has finished converting. It takes about 20 minutes or so, seemingly. But little cold chill. Patience, mon brave. Patience. Marky Mark, dancing on ice. More like she's treading on thin ice. Oh, Marky Mark. The fake remake. Holly has always hung around ITV ever since the start of her career. I can't see her leaving at her age. Ageist. Is that ageist? Judy Jackson. Save me a slice of Battenberg. I've got a slice with your name on it. Thank you, Judy. I'm just joking. Belle Buckles. You called it, Adrian. Sorry, who were pals? Thanks. And I'll finish with this final comment from Julia Daniels. Bring back Eamon Holmes and his wife Ruth. The most honest, truthful and genuine people on this earth. I wonder if they're going to bring them back. I mean, can you imagine? If that had sort of it happened and you were off somewhere else, would you go back to ITV and go, lads, do you want us to come back? I mean, there'll be all kinds of stuff going on in the background. All kinds of stuff, including this inquiry, which I can't wait to see. I think the inquiry will be done and it'll be published either just before Christmas, when we're all distracted by Christmas, or in the new year when we're all depressed because it's January and it's cold and dreich, as the Scots would say. Who knows? If I was psychic, I'd be winning the lottery every weekend. Can't even win NSNI every month. Thank you for your comments, your likes, and of course your subscriptions. Ding the bell. Smash the heck out of it. But most of all, thank you for your indulgence, as always. My name's Adrian Allen. This is the Theatre of the Mind. I shall see you in the next video. And don't forget the Battenberg.